Good morning, world. Welcome to the Wisdom Way. It is my desire to impart wisdom from notable quotes, proverbs, and axioms that will, I trust, provide essential principles for living, truths that transform, keys of wisdom that will guide you toward your destiny. Let's talk today about no deposit, no return. Say that, no deposit, no return. This concept has been in existence for years. You pay a small amount of money for the bottle the drink comes in, which is called the deposit, and you get the money back when you return the empty bottle to the store. This principle universally touches every area of our life. Farmers deposit seed looking for a harvest. Teachers deposit into students looking for graduates. Fast food restaurants deposit deals for their customers that will warrant their return to their establishment. Parents deposit lessons, examples, and culture to their children to see them become successful adults in life. First things first, though, you must make a deposit before you can get a return. Let me say that again. You must make the deposit before you get the return. Because you made that deposit once doesn't necessarily mean that's enough. That parent has to continue to deposit. That restaurant owner has to continue to make deposits, and so on and so forth. Okay? So, this is a lifestyle. You don't do it once and say that's it and wash your hands of it. You don't do it just in one direction. It is, and I want you this morning to understand, this is our lifestyle. We must make deposits. There's something intrinsically wonderful. It brings about a enjoyment, internal happiness when you can deposit into others and see the blossom that takes place because of those deposits. And you'll also get a return, and sometimes over and above your expectation. Life says, give me something to work with. Give life, your life, something to work with. Okay? 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 times 0 is 0. To whatever power you put 0 into mathematically, it's still going to come up with 0. Why? Because there is no deposit so that there can be a positive result, a successful result. Give life something to work with. If you're fearful and always cautious and you are doubtful about everything and stingy, your deposits will be nullified. And therefore, when you look for returns, when you look for life to show you the way, for life to provide doors of opportunity, for life to show you success, you will not find it. Why? Because no deposits were rendered by you. Did you know also, if you deposit little, little will probably come back to you. And this is why we have to deposit in a way, of a shape, a form, in a container that will render back to you a return that is just as great as your heart was in your deposits and in your giving. You understand what I'm saying? If that's the best that you can do, and it's in little quantity, life understands that and will still bring back to you a generous return. However, if your attitude is bad, and let me bring that in right now, a bad attitude, and there are in this bad attitude reasons why you're giving little, then probably little is going to come back to you. Even though your expectation is for greatness, You will not find greatness because of how you have channeled yourself, how you have made the deposits out. You're then with this little tiny little container, let's say, of deposit. When the return comes, in that same container is just as small as when you first gave it. Your attitude has to be right in your deposits. If you have a bad disposition, a bad attitude, then when you're looking for your return, not necessarily from the very person you had a bad attitude with, it may come from another direction, but come still the same in that, if you please, container of bad attitude. So when you make your deposit with a bad attitude, that bad attitude is coming back with your return. So please remember that. And so I want you to think about what I just said. You must make a deposit so that you can render a return. The deposit must be consistent, constant. You must be determined about this and do it with the right attitude, and do it in a way that, or in a quality that you're looking for in return. Okay? So with your bad attitude, let's say, you're not giving your best. You're giving a kind of a leftover deposit, if you know what I mean. It's like you're going in the closet and you know that person or these people need clothing, and you make sure you give them your tattered clothing and not your best. All right? Is that kind of mindset. If you want quality, if you want the best out of life, you must give the best in deposit form. That's what I'm saying. To deposit also means to make investment. We go back to the original of that term, I think 15th, 16th century, and you'll determine invest. You break that down, in and vest. In is into or upon, and vest is vestire, V-E-S-T-I-R-E in Latin, which means to clothe. And so it's to be said to endow with authority, to endow with authority, to clothe with authority. Okay? So when you deposit, this is how I see it. You are not leaving it up to chance, but rather assuring that the outcome is to be fruitful and successful. So when you make your deposit, what are you doing? You're clothing, or you're covering your future to make sure the outcome is fruitful and successful. When you do that with key people in your life, you're assuring they come out fruitful and successful. You see how important deposits and investments are. Ben Franklin said, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. And Abigail Van Buren states this: if you want your children to turn out well, invest twice as much time with them and half as much money. You know, there was a pop music icon, the Beatles, remember them? They had a song out, Money Can't Buy Me Love. Well, certainly they were correct and right about that. Let me, though, end with this no deposit, no return with this thought. Invest in yourself. Why do I say that? Because we have time for every and all others and little time for us. Okay? Your love tank is empty. Your self-esteem is low. It is nil. It is producing a life for you, your self-esteem, that is low in value, low in worth. And we're going to talk some details on this in a minute. But let me say, it's important that you make deposit as you are in others and in life itself, that you don't come up short-handed. in the process. Invest in you. So I want to give you some tips then on self-love. Here we go. Number one, become mindful. People who have more self-love tend to know what they think, feel, and want. Number two, practice self-care, which is self-esteem. Now, self-esteem is the realistic, appreciative opinion of oneself. Realistic meaning accurate, honest, and true. Appreciative implies thinking well of oneself, receiving oneself favorably. You accurately acknowledge your weakness, determined to improve upon it, and still appreciate and accept yourself. We should have gotten that in life earlier, but we didn't grow up in a perfect family. And so it's important now that you take to heart what I'm sharing with you and be prayerful. Ask God for help. Ask others to help you and help yourself. So now we get to the next point of practicing self-care. And one of the ways of doing that is to protect yourself. You do that by making sure you have the right people enshrined around you. Your inner core, outer core, outermost core. The people in the outer core should not be in the intimate inner core of your life. And there are always four sets of people in our life: those who add, divide, subtract, or divide. Add, subtract, multiply, and divide. You got to know who they are, and you have to make sure those who are adding to your life are in the close proximity of your life, and especially those who are multiplying you on a regular and consistent basis. They're speaking positive words in your life. They're challenging you to be the best that you can be. They are for your goals, for your dream. They are wanting your future to be bright and promising. Okay? And then you have to set boundaries. Oh, I wish I had time for that. But you have to set boundaries. Learn how to say no. No. And that in various forms. I'm sorry, but I won't be able to attend that this year. I'm sorry, okay? And this is not a guilt that you should own. It's called false guilt. Others put that on you. You're not going to be at our party. You're not going to. And so you feel guilty, and then you comply. You acquiesce. And internally, you are feeling bad. You don't know why. And it is because, first of all, this is false guilt that have convinced you, again, to deplete yourself beyond what you can give. And you can't give anymore. You can't make any more deposits because you have been spent. See? Set boundaries in your life. Protect yourself, as I said before, and forgive yourself. Learn from your mistake. Have some self-talk. Well, we didn't do it good this time, James, but we're going to do better next time. And we're going to come out of this. We're going to be better tomorrow than we were today, James. Self-talk. Look at yourself in the mirror and begin to talk to yourself. It helps you with your esteem. It helps you with self-love. Live intentionally. In other words, trust the process of change. Be determined towards your destiny. Whatever you get out of life is because of what you deposit in your life. No deposit, no return. Well, let me speak over your life right now. I speak over your life that this is your Miracle Monday, your day of destiny, a day of recovery and discovery. This is the best day of your life. The heavens are open over you. Men's hearts are open to you. You will only succeed and not fail because you are the head and not the tail. Your path is bright. You're brilliant, loving, and kind. All that belongs to you are now attracted to you. Your dreams are coming to pass this day. All systems go, winning on your wisdom way. I leave you with Proverbs 3:6. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your path. God bless you on your wisdom way.